Well, hey, friends, this is Jennifer, and this is the Jennifer Allwood Show, the podcast for women who want to find freedom in both their life and in their business. I own a multi-7-figure-a-year coaching business. I'm also a certified life coach. So I have the honor of helping thousands of women every single month make money in the online space and help them to get unstuck from whatever is holding them back, all without sacrificing their faith or their family. In this show, you're going to get the very best life and business advice, always with a healthy dose of Jesus. So buckle in, my friend. I'm so excited that you are here. Well, hello, my friends. Welcome back to the podcast. This is Jennifer Allwood with my husband, Jason Allwood. Hi, darling.
That's me.
You know how sometimes when you get ready to go to church and you argue all the way to church, but then when you get inside church, you're like, hi, hello, God bless you. Good to see you. And you pretend like everything's fine. That's what we're doing on this podcast right now.
Everything's not fine?
I think you're semi-annoyed with me.
No.
Are you fully annoyed with me?
100%.
No, you are. Why are you annoyed, baby? Come on.
Are we having this part of the topic of conversation?
Sure, this is a hot conversation.
Okay. I mean, it's going on, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock on a Tuesday night, and we're getting to leave town tomorrow, and you just sprung on me. I was like, let's do this podcast tomorrow morning. You're like, no. Let's do it now because I got to do A, B, C, and D.
Go
tomorrow.
ahead. You can say what A, B, C, and D are. What do I have to do tomorrow? You're annoyed by it. Go ahead.
It is what it is.
I'm getting a spray tan.
Okay.
These are priorities.
Why get your nails done?
Nope, my nails are done.
I say you go to the bank. You're like, we don't have time to go to the bank. We get time for a spray tan.
But we do. Okay.
Okay. All right.
And this is 25 years of marriage.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. Oh, I don't think we're using the video, but let's keep this PG in case we do.
I didn't know you were wearing a halter top.
I'm wearing pajamas and no bra, baby. This is our life on podcasting.
It is true.
Okay. So in all seriousness, welcome back to the podcast, friends. And it is well known amongst my team that anytime I have Mr. Magic on the podcast, our ratings go way up. Our downloads go way up.
Fancy goes sideways.
Do people like you better than they like me?
I don't think they like you better. They just, I think they stay tuned just to anticipate what could come out of my mouth.
Right. Okay. This is a family show, right?
But it's after 10 o'clock.
And you also know.
It's like the adult.
So this is PG.
Like Adult Swim.
Adult Swim. Oh my gosh, you're awesome. Okay. So in all seriousness, we're going to do, I don't even know if I told you this part yet, but this is a 2-part series, baby.
What the?
I know we're doing 2 podcasts this evening. It's now 10:14. We're just going to break this up into halvesies. And obviously, the topic of the podcast. You and I did some goal setting.
It's right in front of me on this
on the notes
on the screen in front of me here.
On the notes that I wrote for us. So we're going to talk about goal setting. And
you know how much you love a note?
Oh my gosh, I have notes upon notes upon notes. I have notes in my phone. I have notes in my day planner. I have notes on pieces of paper. I have notes in notebooks. You don't own a notebook, do you?
No.
Do you have one note on your phone other than a shared note from your wife?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Everything that I need to do is you tell me what to do.
Good at it.
You put on my to-do list what I need to do.
That is not true.
I made a list today.
I didn't. First of all, I do not give you a to-do list.
I made a to-do list for the grocery store today.
You better back up because I don't do that.
No, but you have a list of things I need to get done. Not a to-do list, just things we need to accomplish.
Okay. Because I was going to say, I do not give you a honey-do list.
I didn't say it was a honey-do list.
All right.
I said it was an accomplished list.
Wow. We are going to go. We're just full tilt here.
Okay.
Okay. Let's get started.
Are we starting now?
We're starting.
Okay.
So the other day,
this is a two-part.
The other day, you and I were, it was the day after Christmas. I'm going to set this up for everybody. So day after Christmas, we have some returns to do. Christmas on this year fell on the weirdest day ever, right? Wasn't it a Sunday?
It was.
Okay. So it was a Sunday. We needed to go on Monday to do some returns, and we went to 3 different places, and all 3 of those places were closed, which was so weird because that was the 26th. So we're driving around together. I hate returns. You hate returns, but I'm like, we'll go together. And so while we're trying to go to 3 places that were closed, for some reason, I brought up the mastermind that we're going to tomorrow. So you and I are leaving for Scottsdale tomorrow. We're going to be attending Pete Vargas's Wellspring Mastermind, and he had asked us to set goals in 5 different areas that our mastermind focuses on. So those goals, or those areas, those pillars, as he calls them, is family goals, finance goals, friendship, fitness, and faith. They're all F words, which is kind of fun, right? So I don't think this is like a new concept to Pete. There's other people, that you can find this on the internet. But it's a really interesting way just to like get some goals into some concentrated like areas. So anyhow, Jason and I are driving, we're doing returns. I'm telling him that I need to set these goals before him and I go to the mastermind this week. And that if he wants to set those goals, also he can. Go ahead. Yeah.
Can I interject? here?
Interject, baby. Interject all you want.
Okay. So, because you have a lot of words, I'm just
I
going to go
know.
ahead and throw this out there. So the way my mind works is go do returns, furthest place, work your way back home. That way, when you're done, you're close to home, right?
Right.
That's the way everything should work in my mind.
And Jason's right. Yeah.
Right. Jason's brain's always right.
Mhm.
So in Jen's brain, what she says, my ideal day would be to go do this and to just go do this and to go watch and to go set goals and to go watch a movie and then
I
maybe
did. We were just driving a car and I said, like a perfect day for me would be you and I, we go to a coffee shop, we sit and we like talk about our life goals. And then I go get a massage and then I go home and take a nap and we go out to dinner and to a movie. Like that would be a perfect day.
that's a
for me.
perfect day.
And so you made
So no,
part of that happen.
no. So my mind goes, that's not how the day works. The day works. We go to this place to return, this return, and then we're home. And then you can do whatever you want to do because we're home again. That's not how my mind worked. So we went to the first place and what happened? On the return,
Closed. Okay.
Second place,
Closed.
closed. I decided to we audible.
We what?
We audible. We went to an audible. We everything was going to be closed, so we went to Starbucks.
I am so confused where you're taking this conversation. This is marriage right here. We audibled. What does that mean? We audibled.
Yeah, everybody in the world knows what audible is except for you.
I've never heard of this. We audibled.
So you ever play football?
We've been together 27 years and you have never in your lifetime said we audibled.
Okay, we threw a curveball. You know what a curveball is?
I do know what a curveball is.
Okay, we changed plans.
Okay.
That sound better. Audible, we changed plans. We did something different than
Well-
what in my head was supposed to happen.
Okay. Anyhow, I was trying to make you
Oh
look
my
good by saying you
gosh.
pulled us into a Starbucks. Now
You
listen,
have no idea.
first
what
of all, let
audible
me
is.
just say
I
that
failed as a husband.
I would have preferred to go to a different coffee shop than Starbucks. I'm just going to put that out there for the world. Because if I don't put that out there for the world, first of all, I'm going to get DMs. You support Starbucks? Listen, I didn't want to support Starbucks, but I do on occasion have a Starbucks.
Guess who was driving?
You were driving, so you will listen to Starbucks.
I was driving.
And you said,
and I'm not on social media, so I don't know about Starbucks stuff. So
you know about Starbucks stuff from your wife, who is,
Well,
got a lot of strong opinions.
I went in and had Starbucks.
Okay, so I tell you the perfect date, and you made part of it happen. You
did.
wheel into the Starbucks, and you're like, "Let's go set goals." And I literally, in the inside, did cartwheels. So here's what I want to tell our people really quick. Okay, baby, tell them, do I love a good goal?
Oh dear.
Oh
yes.
my gosh.
There's goals right here. There's goals in front of the computer as well as on the screen, as well as on
the notes on my
on the notes. There's a note on the note about
I have a goals to make goals. Okay. Why do you think it is? And let me just ask you this, because there are going to be people listening who are not me. Their brain does not work in goals, but I have to know like what I'm working towards so that I know if I'm winning. And by the way, winning, not in terms of like being in competition with other people, but I need to know if I'm winning against myself. So I love to set a good goal. Tell me though, how your brain works, because I don't think your brain necessarily works the same.
my brain doesn't work like that at all. My brain, I mean, goals, yes, but I don't know how. Man, I have no idea what the goals that you set are. Just I'm lost. I don't even know, because my brain doesn't work that way. My goals are way different, and the way I set them are way different than way you do it.
Right. Neither of us are wrong. We just
Right. But you want to write them down. You want to bookmark them. You want to put them on paper. You want to then put them in a notebook. You want to then put them on your phone. That's not
right. And I know that's not how we work.
That's not how I work. That's not how I'm wired. So
But
mine's different.
But here's one of the things that was so amazing, because we have been married for 25 years. We have been together 27 years. And I don't think we have ever sat down and done a yearly goals together, have we?
Oh no, pre-pandemic we sat down. When I first came to work with you, we sat down and we just had, and it wasn't even goals per se, like business or anything like that. I think it was more just like marriage goals. Because I had it on my phone. It was like
Really?
in 2020, 2019, something like that. I don't remember.
I lost that goal sheet.
I threw that note away.
All right. Yeah, I can tell that a lot to you. So,
That year
here's,
fast.
this is what I loved about what you did. You wheeled into the Starbucks and you were willing to sit there with me. We probably sat there for what, an hour, hour and a half, and we
It felt
wrote
like
out.
days.
It did not feel like days.
It
Not
felt
at
like
all.
days.
We wrote out our goals as a couple, and it was so good because one, it tripped my trigger totally. And I think one of the reasons it tripped my trigger is because it's not that you don't have goals. You do have goals. I just have mine on like physical pieces of paper right in front of me, staring me right in the face. The older I get, the more I'm convinced I do have, something slightly off with the way my brain
Well,
operates
there ain't
some
no doubt
days.
about that.
And I probably need an official diagnosis and probably a little bit of medication. And so I think it could be easy for me to make the assumption that because you don't talk about having goals and you don't put them on 15 pieces of paper, that you don't set goals. And that's not the truth.
Not the truth at all.
And so what was so fascinating to me is we go to this Starbucks, we order our coffee, we sit down, we
Now,
have
hang on a second.
no
I don't-
idea what we're doing.
I don't even order a coffee. I ordered like some.
You ordered a
white-
ham and cheese croissant.
Hey, like a ham cheese
It's
roll.
French.
I was back in school, and I ordered some white chocolate thing. My wife gets I just want coffee black.
Some
just-
black coffee.
Just
Give it to me black.
I'm going for it.
But it was fascinating to me that number one, I did not feel like you were kicking and screaming against what we did. In fact, I think you semi enjoyed it. If you would like to be honest with the audience.
I'm going to be honest with you. I hated every minute.
Did
of
you
it.
really?
No.
Okay. All right. So it perhaps didn't trip your trigger as much as it did mine, but it was really a gift to me. So I did a little ditty on Instagram stories, which I know you didn't see because you don't have Instagram. And I just said that you and I were supposed to have gone to our house in Fountain Hills that day. We canceled our trip because hashtag
We
Southwest.
audible.
We audibled.
Aud-
That doesn't make any sense.
So it's like you call a play, and then you get to the line of scrimmage, and you see like something's not right, like
like
something's-
Southwest wasn't right.
Okay,
Right.
let's say we're on the flight Southwest, and then you say like Peyton Manning would be like Omaha, right? And so that would mean everything changes, right? We just pulled an audible. We were like, well, at the line of scrimmage, we saw what the defense was, and we're like, yep, this ain't gonna work for us.
Is
So we-
Omaha the name of a play?
It's just what he said to get everybody's attention.
Okay.
Anyways, so Omaha's not a play. Okay, I'm not in the NFL. I don't know NFL plays. Okay,
Okay.
so we just called it audible. You
Okay.
could call it
Whatever.
Scooby Doo. I don't
Okay.
know, SpongeBob. I don't know, whatever
Okay.
you say.
Our kids are still mad I didn't let them watch Scooby Doo as a kid. I
Anyways,
know.
so you could just say goal, and then we say okay, goal revision. Okay, we audible on that day.
Okay. I'm completely lost, but
That's fine.
That's okay. It's all right.
I know.
And so, so we went to Starbucks, we sat in our chairs for a good hour or so, and we did a bunch of goals for the year in those 5 categories. So I put this little Instagram story up and was super surprised at how many people had questions about, can you go into this further? What were some of your goals? What did this look like? How did you come up with a plan on it? And I was like, and so part of me was like, I don't want to do a podcast. And so I asked you guys, do you want me to do a podcast on this? But thinking, this is the first time we've done this. I mean, you're saying that we maybe set goals one other time in our 25 years. So we've done them separately. I think you've done them in your head, and I've done them on 25 sheets of paper every single year. And so we are polar opposites, my friends, polar opposites.
There's literally a big chief tablet right here. I'm sure with some goals. on
There
this.
is. You can find, and then what's weird is I saved them all. I still have them back to in my when I was in my 30s.
Just so you know, I found those.
I know they're
things,
downstairs,
those
aren't
day
they?
planners
I know.
downstairs, yeah.
Are you going to try to purge them? He purges when I'm not looking. Okay. Anyhow, here's what you need to know. Some of you wanted to know the actual process, and I'm going to give you the actual process, which is not super sexy, but worked really, really well for us. And then in this podcast episode, we're going to go through 2 of the goals, the like pillars. And then in part 2 of this, we'll do the last 3. Okay. So we had no idea like what this should even look like. So all I did was I took Pete Vargas's 5 topics. And again, those were fitness, finances, friendships, faith, and family. And I just opened up the notes on my phone because I love me a good note on my iPhone.
Oh, you ain't lying.
And I instantly just shared it to you so that we could, and this was just completely like just spur of the moment. We had no thought because we had no plans on actually doing this on that day. And I just typed in the first topic, which was the fitness and health. And then you and I were talking about how there would be some categories like the finances where we felt like we had mutual goals as a couple, but there were other things like the fitness and health where we have very separate goals. You have your goals for fitness and health. I have my goals. And so, but doing them on a shared note that is on our phone, I thought was so cool because I'm watching you type and then I'm like, wait. You literally want to do that this year? And you're like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, you're the hottest man on the planet. I had
Yeah.
no idea.
Only problem is when I'm trying to text or try to write these notes on here, and you like go 1,000 miles a minute when you're typing stuff
Mhm.
because
I know
you're
my brain works fast. So do my fingers.
you
Don't
could-
keep it in. Always keep it in. I know you're wanting to say something so bad. Knock it off.
So I'm trying to type stuff out and I'm getting interrupted because my sentence isn't completed yet, and she's already shared a note and it like jacks up my stuff. And so yeah, so I
We
just
overcame.
I just let her type.
That is not true.
I said what I wanted to say, but you typed most of it out.
Okay.
Right or wrong.
Well, I did like complete sentences. You did more bullet points. But let's give the people just an idea of like one of your fitness / health goals, and I'll give them one of my fitness / health goals for 2023, just so they kind of get an idea. And the truth is, if I'm looking at the list, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fitness goals, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 also. So there you go. Go ahead.
But look, ours is one of them is the same.
One of them is the same.
One of them is the same.
And one of them I think we can share with people that one of them is we're just praying for my husband's hip to be healed in Jesus' name. So
Amen. Amen to that. So that's one of my goals. My other goal is I have done a triathlon. I've done a triathlon sprint in Camp Missouri a couple different times. And I've never won in my age group or overall. My goal this year is to at least win my age group, as long as my hip can handle the run.
Yeah.
I can swim fine. I can bike fine. I can't run, but I will get it done.
You will. You are going to be healed. You're going to be able to run. So that is one of his fitness and health goals. Sorry about the dog barking in the background. Okay. So one of my fitness.
At the door. Why would the dog bark?
I don't know. Because she's weird. I mean, she's pretty, but she's not smart. I know. I don't know. It's somebody literally in the house. One of our kids coming up behind us who should know better because they should know that we were recording right now. Okay. So one of my fitness and health goals is to start jogging again this year. And people that have followed me for a long time, they know that I did a half marathon when I was 39. I did a half marathon when I was 40. Oh goodness. How many 5Ks did I do? A whole lot. And then what's interesting is like, and then I switched to triathlons.
Oh, here we go.
Oh my gosh. Whatever. I did 10 of them.
Oh.
But I have not done a race since I was 46 years old.
How old are you now?
51. And there's this weird thing that happens, and I'm going to tell you youngins, you 40 somethings, you 30 somethings, is, and I think like, okay, there's going to be no way that I can make the leap to make this sentence make sense in anybody's brain but my own right now. But I remember like one time I wrote down in one of our kids' journals, I can't remember the last time I actually held one of my children. I don't remember if it was Easton or Ava. Like, you don't know when it's the last time that you actually do something.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I don't know when the last time I ran is.
I do.
You do? Or when all of a sudden I decided that I couldn't really run anymore. Now, the other day I was taking the dogs for a walk. I ran a block just to see like, how does it feel? I'm 20 pounds heavier than I should be right now. Therefore, it's probably going to hurt a little bit. Yeah, it hurt a little bit. But I got to get rid of this jelly belly. I got it. But the thing is like, I enjoyed running because it's disciplined. And there's this weird thing that's clicked in my brain that, well, most people just don't jog at 51. Right. And yet I don't want to use my age as like an excuse. I mean, there's plenty of people that still jog in their 50s and 60s, right?
Sure,
I've been in races before with 70-year-olds.
Yeah.
So one of my health goals for this year is to start to jog again. And that doesn't necessarily mean I have to do a half marathon, which I won't, or a 5K or anything else, but I just want to know that I still can.
Yeah, you gotta be freaky fast. If you're gonna run at 51, you gotta be freaky fast.
I will be no freaky fast, baby.
I
wasn't freaky fast at my prime.
I do remember last time you ran, though. You remember?
No, I don't. If I
Florida, Destin, when you stepped off the curb and you pulled was your IT band?
When I rolled my ankle.
Rolled your ankle, then
really?
That was the IT band, right? Wasn't that about the last time? Because it was
probably. I mean, I think I've jogged around the neighborhood just a little bit, but
last race seasons.
Yeah. So that was the topic of fitness and health. So my suggestion to you would just be figure out if there's some mutual goals that you and your spouse, if you have a spouse, have, and sit down. It doesn't matter how many things you have underneath that pillar. The important thing is just that you kind of talk through them. What was super fascinating to me is Jason had some things on his list that I had no idea, no clue that any of this stuff was in the back of your mind. And one of the things that I was
I'm a
thinking
very
about,
complex person.
you are a very deep, complex
I'm like
person.
an onion. You just gotta peel me back.
Baby,
Isn't
you
that
are
what-
so complicated.
Isn't that what Shrek? Isn't that what wasn't it Shrek?
Yes,
said
it
that?
was.
Like a cake. No, I'm like an onion. No. Okay.
I don't remember that
I
exact
got
line,
layers.
but you do have a lot of layers. People are always like, "Oh, he's so sweet." I'm like, because I make him look sweet. That's what you mean.
If they knew the truth.
So, but what I was thinking is, I know that sometimes I have a lot of words. I wish you could see him on this video right now with his big eyes. He just gave me big eyes. And you are kind of the opposite of that in that you don't often have a lot of words. I'm more of a verbal processor and you are more of a mental processor. Yes or no?
100%.
So I'm telling you out loud, like throughout the year, throughout the days, all these different things that I want to do and all these things that I'm thinking about. You helped me actually term this one time as closing open loops because in our 25 years of marriage, you have figured out that in order for me to sometimes be able to like kind of cross over, get over the hump, get around things, figure stuff out, I have to talk things out.
Yeah.
I'm a total verbal processor.
Yeah. You
And-
also got to close the loop.
And I also have to, and that helps me to close loops. But you, on the other hand, you're thinking about goals and what you want to do this year. And you maybe weren't even thinking like just for 2023. You were maybe just thinking, I want to do a triathlon. But I think what was helpful is for me to know, holy crap, he has this stuff going on in his mind that maybe isn't coming out of his mouth, but that is going on upstairs. And it was just like so attractive.
Well, there's sometimes that I have a lot of things I think about, but you have so many words.
I
Like
know.
I
I'm
just have
sorry.
to file them in my
You don't. That's a lie.
back file.
That's a lie. I do have a lot of words. Gosh, I know. And then I'll tell
What is
you,
the average on
I don't know
words
what the
that
average
women
is.
say that men say?
But
'Cause I
then
feel like it's like a 7.
you'll
it's like a
say
10 to 1.
you'll say like you just used 10,000 words before breakfast, and then I'll say people pay me to talk, and then you'll say I want to pay you to shut up, and we both giggle. You sound like such a jerk.
But I'm being
I
serious.
know you are. Okay, the second pillar. So the first one was the fitness and health. The second
Fitness.
pillar was finances. And so we've got some financial goals here. I don't know that we feel like sharing any of these.
We're
There's
not
one of them that
We're
I
not
can
gonna
share.
Break them all down. Go ahead. What do you got?
Okay. So, well, I mean, it's no surprise that everybody here knows that we have 2 VRBOs right now. We have Bougie on the Beach, Bougie in the Desert.
Mhm.
Both of those are spelled with a J, by the way, for Jason Jennifer. So it's BOUJEE. Bougie on the Beach, Bougie in the Desert. You can look them both up on Instagram. But one of our financial goals is to be able to buy a house in the mountains. The next one is Bougie in the Mountains.
Mhm.
So I don't know if we'll be able to do that in 2023 or not, but I put it down on our shared financial goals because if we don't put it down, it's certain not to happen, right? And so at least, we've got something that we're working towards. At least we know what the end goal is. We've already talked about location. I know you don't want to go to Colorado.
I don't.
I
but
know.
It's all right. Ski area.
know.
We like to ski.
I know we do. So, so we've got our financial goals, just so you guys know, are shared. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 financial goals. That's a lot.
It's not really that much. It's one for every month.
My calendar. But so that one we did together instead of having a separate Jennifer list and a set Jason list. So our financial goals and our family goals were shared. The faith goals, the friendship goals, and the fitness goals were all individual. So hopefully this was helpful just to get this conversation started. And so on Wednesday, we're going to do part 2 of this series, and we're going to go through our friendship relationship goals, our faith goals, and our family goals, and kind of elaborate on some of those. So thanks for being here, babe.
You're welcome. I think the finance goals, though, if you're not in a line, faith or the fitness and health thing, having each of us have goals for that, right?
Yep.
But because you can't have my goal, I can't have your goal, right? You don't have any desire to do a triathlon again, right? I mean,
That ship has sailed.
yeah, that's gone, right?
Yep.
So, but the finance thing, though, is that we're going through now, is that is a common goal for.
Well, and
I
part
think-
of the reason it might be a common goal for us is all of our money is together. We have never had any dollars separate. We, everything is combined. What's mine is yours, yours is mine. And so when we were making our list of financial goals, like you were say something and then I would say something and then, I'd say 10 more and then you'd say.
No, but I think also though, I think the common goal is we're both driving the same direction. Right? That's
Exactly.
what it all boils down to.
100%. 100%. So, all right, this was part 1. We're going to see you in a couple days with part 2. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Friend, thank you so much for listening to the podcast again this week. I'm so honored that you come back for every episode and that you share the Jennifer Allwood Show with your friends and family. Every time I see you guys post about it on Instagram or Facebook or something, it just makes me do a little happy. So thank you. Make sure that you subscribe to the podcast if you never want to miss an episode. So you can go to Apple Podcasts or Stitcher or Spotify or any of the other podcasting places and subscribe each week so that every week you get the new episode when it releases. So just know that I love bringing you relevant content. I love bringing you great guests. And one of the ways you can help us here at Team Allwood is by leaving the podcast a review. So if you have just a second to do that, would you go over and leave a review for the Jennifer Allwood Show? Thank you again. You're amazing. I'm honored to be here. Until next week. Bye-bye.